Everyone knows it's the Madara show. So for the foreseeable future, we should just rename this manga Madara. I like the sound of that. So in a matter of only a handful of chapters of Madara stepping in, he was already able to absorb all the Biju and fuck shit up. Like, how long did it take Obito to do that? I think this chapter, if anything, as far as character shows, it definitely shows that Madara is beyond the changed man of who Hashirama thinks he was. I think at this point it displays that he is no longer, for the most part, that person that Hashirama had this idealism of, because in this chapter, he thought of him like, he still was once a good person, and he fails to realize that this is not the same person at all. He has completely changed. He is just a nasty motherfucker, and in the worst way possible, but best way possible for us, the fans. For starters, he just talks down to Zetsu like you're garbage, you're just a worthless thing that failed experiment. So one of his own comrades, which he doesn't even look at as a comrade, he just looks at him as like some fucking Hashirama DNA slave. He talks to him like he's nothing. And I'm not gonna lie, one of the most epic parts of the chapter was probably when Tobirama went in and Madara and him just went at it. And I gotta give him credit. People think that for some reason I have this thing against Tobirama, but motherfucker is just badass. He goes in and Madara shows him why he's truly Madara Uchiha and fucks his shit up. Now I'm curious as to Madara, what his power scaling is like, because it seems as though he was pretty easy to own Tobirama. Now, it's clear as day that the reason why is because he has that Senju DNA, because he just fucking put him on the ground and then fucking pierced his head with a rod. And you can see a lot of the hurt and hatred in him, because when he's doing this to Tobirama, he's telling him, oh, I've been wanting to do this so long because you were the one who killed Izuna. And I think Hashirama, a big thing of him is that he's trying to get to him through that, because he sees the hurt and the anger inside of Madara. I think something that Hashirama fails to realize is that Madara is on his quest and he's already set out on it. Nothing he do is going to change him. There's nothing, positivity, no talking is going to stop him from getting what he wants. Something interesting that Madara said to Tobirama was that he's working on a new eye. Now, what the fuck could he possibly mean? I hope he's not hinting at something beyond Rinnegan, like something even far above that. Because first of all, like, when the fuck was it ever mentioned? So it would be like this whole new eye that Madara came up with, and I guess it would be an experimental thing in a way, so it'd be like his own evolution that he created. But in a sense, it'd be like, yo, you're already fucking strong. What would you possibly do with a new eye? You're working on this new eye. It's like, I'm curious as to what he meant, unless he meant that he's just working on getting another set of eyes or something. But if he's working on a new eye as far as like something that is above Rinnegan or better than Rinnegan, then seriously, what the fuck? And going back to Hashirama, he gave Sasuke supposedly a new technique. He gave him his chakra and said, this technique will stop him using a non-violent way. First of all, what the fuck could that possibly be? How are you going to stop Madara without using a violent technique? The only way to stop him is to overpower him, pretty much, because he's not going to change his mind. And he went this far, for crying out loud. It's been years. He went to the depths of being an old man, steered all these little kids into doing his bidding. I don't think words is going to change this dude. And I don't think, Hashirama just doesn't realize that. He fails to realize it. Part of the chapter that I wasn't too fond of is when Madara was kind of giving that redundant speech that we've kind of heard Obito say over and over again about man seeks peace, but yet he seeks war at the same time. It's kind of like, we already know that for the most part. I wish we would get a little bit of a different tune to the character and see really are we going to wait until the very end of all this to find out what Madara's true goal is? And I think that's one of the parts of the manga right now that I wish we would dive more into, and that's that while I love the action and I enjoy the fuck out of the action in this chapter, I would like a little bit more context, a little bit more of the story aspect as far as what is Madara's goal and stuff like that, because while we're getting awesome action in this chapter, Tobirama versus Madara, Sasuke trying to go in or whatever, I definitely would like a little bit more of storytelling and a little less as far as just the action constantly. I want more of the characters and more of what their thoughts are and what they're going through during this whole ordeal. But I love that action, I'm just saying. And then, when Sasuke goes in thinking he's about to do something, I'm curious, was that part of the fucking plan? Was Hashirama's plan, to get pierced by Madara? I don't think so, because it seems like he was going in and he was stopped by Madara. And the interesting thing is just, Again, this is why I say this should just be called Madara, this manga at this point, because it's like, he fucking turns around and says, I gave you ample time to try and do something, and just fucking pierces Sasuke, and I'm like, if that was not part of Hashirama's plan, which again, I don't see why that would be a part of the plan, hey, get stabbed by Madara, what the fuck? In one chapter, Madara fucking single-handedly got all the Biju, sucked them all up, took out Tobirama, fucking basically pissed on his grave, and then fucking pierced Sasuke. How can this motherfucker be stopped is one of the big things that comes to mind. The 5 Kage couldn't do it, and they damn sure can't do it now. He's already even stronger than he was when they fought him last time. Tobirama, Hashirama are fucking down for the count. Sasuke went in, he's pretty much done. Naruto don't have the fucking QB anymore. He looks like he's halfway dying if it wasn't for Gaara saving him in this chapter. So who the fuck can possibly take this guy out? And another big thing, Hachibi seemingly was sucked out of B, so is B dead? Because I know Naruto could possibly survive because he's an Uzumaki, and his mom survived having the extraction of the QB from her, but B doesn't, you know, B is not a Uzumaki, so I'd imagine, like, did B die, or did B manage to pull another one of what he did last time and cut off a piece of him and escape? I'm curious as to what's up with that as well. And if Hashirama has some sort of plan of doing a non-violent approach towards Madara, if it involves Sasuke getting fucking owned, then hey, I guess we'll call it Plan Sasuke Gets Fucking Owned. I did notice one thing as far as the art goes with this chapter. Art quality definitely has increased. I think Kishimoto took the break to really work on it, because it didn't look like, you know, there's been some chapters where it's just like, oh my god, why does it look this fucking, like, simplistic and this, you know, not badly drawn. But this chapter, he really went in, and I like that, because there's been some stuff with Naruto where I'm like, yo, why has the art been going down? But this was a definitely well-drawn chapter. And as a whole with this chapter, for the most part, the things that I wasn't really fond of was Madara saying the same shit we heard Obito say about, you know, man seeking this, you know, the contradictions of man, which we kind of already heard before. Like, say something we don't know. Give us a little bit more as to leaning towards your reasoning for, you know, I guess we know your reasoning. You're just sick of the world, but what is your ultimate goal? Is it really the Moon Eye plan? Because it just seems very vague at this point. So I'm just curious a little bit more. Get a little bit more character in there and a little less action, although the action again was good. Like, that's, you know, the pluses of it, like fucking epic action and just Madara being a true threat, and you really are starting to get this feel that we didn't get this with Obito ever since, especially the mask came off, that like, oh my god, it's like hopelessness. At this point with Madara, it's giving you that feel, and that's what you need from a villain, to feel like, damn, there's no way out of this shit. It's like, and I'm curious, what is the way out of this? Because if Naruto don't have the QB, you know, again, it could possibly be that this is a setup for him becoming the Jubies and Churiki, of course. But if he doesn't have that, we got 2 of the fucking eternal Hokage there on their fucking knees, fucked up. Hashirama and Tobirama. They're there. Edo Tensei, but they can't even take him out. 5 Kage couldn't take him out last time. As a matter of fact, what the fuck are they even doing? Are they just like chilling there? Like, nah, we don't want none of that. We already got fucked up. So who can take him out? Overall chapter, very good, 8 out of 10. Wish we would get more story and a little bit more into the characters, but still fucking just really giving you that hopelessness that you need right now. And I'm just excited, like, what the fuck's gonna happen with Naruto now that he's basically there, half dead? And who's gonna put down Madara? Also, is B dead at this point? And what fucking possible jutsu did Hashirama have in mind for Sasuke to use against Madara that is non-violent? A lot of good questions set up and a lot of good action. Can't fucking wait. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Madara motherfucking Uchiha, because Madara is the Wu-Tang Clan right now. Madara Uchiha ain't nothing to fuck with. ForneverWorld, as always, people. Have an awesome day.